We're here with Suzanne and family at the Apple Barn. Can you tell me who's with us?
Yes, my oldest daughter, Catherine, who is a major in the Army.
Oh, congratulations. Thank you.
And thank you for your service.
And then my younger daughter, Carolyn,
Hello.
who is a science teacher.
Oh my goodness.
And I have grandchildren. I have Jerome,
Hi.
Elizabeth, Juliet, and Joseph.
Wow.
Cute.
So, can you tell me about this building, when it started, the history of the whole place and your business?
All right. We've owned this building for 26 years. I'm a registered nurse, and I worked in hospitals and nursing administration and then teaching in RN programs, and I always wanted to open a restaurant. So this became available, so we bought it, and we started off just doing the shows. And then 21 years ago, in 2005, we decided, my husband and I, to open it full-time. So we opened it full-time, and fast forward to 2026, I've had, we're now open only 3 days a week. We used to be 6 days a week, but I needed to scale down a bit. So all of my children have been heavily involved in this business, from my youngest daughter, who's not here, she is a math teacher, being dropped off on the bus, to my grandchildren who are here on a regular basis and help out. So it has been a love story for our family.
So when did you start working here?
Well, she didn't mention, but there are 7 of us children.
No way.
Yes. So the 7 of us have all contributed and done our own different parts. Like my brothers were helping with the construction behind making the building structurally sound. The girls all worked kitchen, waitresses, and I actually started working in college. That's where I met my husband.
Oh.
So I was his waitress here a long time ago.
And what about you?
So I've been working ever since they opened up, more in the front or kitchen on the float or wherever they need me. So
Wow. So you have all your kids here working, 7 of them. You could keep track of them.
Yes. Now they're all gainfully employed.
That's
They have their lives, but they still come to the Apple Barn.
That's wonderful. So tell me what you sell at the Apple Barn. I know you might sell apples. I didn't see any, but tell me about what kind of a place are we at?
So when I first opened up, I did a lot of research to find out what to name the business. And what I found out is they said, name it what people are used to. And it used to be an apple orchard owned it, and it was the Apple Barn. So that's why I did Apple Barn Cafe. And we specialize mostly in breakfast. We do lunch, but not that much. But we do specialty breakfasts, all different. We make our own hash. We make our own muffins. One of my specialties this time of year is strawberry rhubarb, because the rhubarb is fresh. And Carolyn is also a baker for me. She makes many different bake items for specialties, especially on Sundays. We do specials.
We do
on Sundays.
seasonal, so
Yeah.
whatever's in season, I incorporate into the specials, and we try to keep it fresh. We sponsor. We do a lot of local farms, so we support that. Our maple syrup, our produce, our eggs, they're local to the area, and so community is really important into the business.
Are you a scratch kitchen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So my mom, raising 7 of us, we never had boxed or packaged food growing up. So, and that's something I didn't realize, because the norm is what you're used to in your home. And I remember going to a friend's house when I was a little older, and they made mashed potatoes out of a box, and that was crazy to me, because my mom only has prepared from scratch, and she brings that same love of cooking and belief in nutrition into the business now.
That's wonderful. So what do you find the biggest challenge?
We get very busy, and sometimes a lot of times there's a wait, and I don't like to make people wait, but I also, everything I cook like I'm cooking for my family, so I don't want to rush. So probably a challenge is, I know sometimes on occasion people get a little impatient, and I take things very personal, and sometimes that's kind of difficult
for you.
difficult to deal with.
But regulars understand the concept and they are fine being patient. And one thing I love that I see is some restaurants have weight limits on tables. Here, we would never do that. So we believe in having an apple barn experience, which means you come in, you get greeted, you have a cup of coffee, as many refills as you'd like,
Will you take them out?
and you just enjoy the apple barn experience of the environment, the music, the food that's made for scratch and made to order.
And what is the favorite, do you think? What do you sell the most of? Is there anything?
Let's see.
Your homemade hash.
The hash, I make hash and I slow roast the corned beef for 8 hours. And then pancakes, because I do buttermilk. I use buttermilk for my muffins because it adds such a nice moist flavor to buttermilk. And so my pancakes are all buttermilk, and also my waffles are all buttermilk. So we have, people will say, like, somebody came this week, because I don't do the full menu, and they had blueberry pancakes last week, and the guy said, I can't stop thinking of the blueberry pancakes. He wanted some, and we said, well, we only do it not during the show. We don't do it during the show. So,
Yeah, that makes
so they do perseverate on the food because they really like it.
I think the flavors draw people in and they remember the taste. And it's from customers, it's very, you'll hear that as a common thing, is whatever they've tasted, it was the best. And they come back for that taste.
So what do you enjoy the most?
Cooking, making, creating different specials.
Do you see, and I think I know my answer, but I'm going to ask you any expansion or changes that you're going to make either way?
No, I have to be here too. I think the owner needs to be on premise to make sure that things are being run right, so.
You've expanded, you built the pergola outside.
So we have outdoor seating too. Yeah.
Wow, wow. And are you open all year?
Yes.
You are, even in the winter
Yep.
and everything like that. Is there anything I missed that you would like people to know?
Come and check us out.
And just like the community feel of it, you know, when you come in, you get a sense of what our community is around us, the farms that have contributed their food, what's in season for us. Talking to people around here, you're going to meet, you know, people come in, it's a tradition for them, and they meet other people here, and they all have stories, whether it's the Apple Barn or a community. So I feel like this represents a community in such a positive, healthy way, where people come and gather. And
you've got a corner over there.
Oh, yeah,
A special corner. Tell me about that.
So we have a group of gentlemen who have old cars, no women yet. We would love to have them, but they have old cars and they gather here. Every Friday morning, they bring their old cars in, weather permitting.
Oh, they do?
Yes,
Oh, my
and
goodness.
it's quite interesting. Another thing I'd like to say too is we hire a lot of the local youth, and they stay with us until they go to graduate high school and go to college. A lot of them will come back on the weekends to work here. So we do have long-term employees, and we do like to support. And a lot of them, this is their first job. And we like to teach them how to work. And one of the biggest ones is teach them how to sweep. So
I bet they've never
because they do
swept before.
everything. Yeah, well, they do everything. So the waiters that are here presently, when I was waitressing back in college, I would wait on them as children with their parents.
yeah,
And I remember that, and now they're here as the waiters. So it is a great full circle. And a lot of them have never had jobs before, and they grow and they get work ethic, and they bring it to the outside world.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's really
and we
nice.
support too. We give back. We believe that we are successful, and we're very grateful for our success too. And we believe that we need to give back, and we do give back. We give back to the Springfield Rescue Mission,
Wonderful.
other
Senior centers.
senior centers, food banks, schools.
Yep.
And so, and
Any community events, you know, and that's the community oriented. And when the tornado hit and came through Brimfield in 2010, a tornado came. And without trying to advertise ourselves, but just helping the community. Anyone that was affected by the hurricane knew they could come in here for a fresh meal free of charge. We went out and we're delivering sandwiches to whoever is needed.
We heard that this is the favorite spot for a certain person that a lot of people know.
Martha Stewart.
Oh, yes. You know, as a daughter, I've watched my mom pursue her passions, and that's been really inspirational. And also, you know, when you asked her what's the most difficult thing, yes, the weight, but I feel like with a business, you have to constantly deal with the changes and the challenges. Like the Apple Barn's had a fire. We had someone that drive through the front.
Oh, no.
And I'll never forget that day that I came because I read a text that someone, a drunk driver, drove through the front of the door overnight. My mom comes to arrive for work in the morning at like 5:30, and a car is in the middle of her restaurant.
No.
Yeah.
So I came in early in the morning, and my mom and dad are just having eggs and sausage, and I'm like, "Are you guys okay?" "Yep, we'll just deal with it." And that's, you know, you just deal with it, and you get better every time, and look at the positive side of things.
To see what happened.
I bet.
Then a car ran into the sign.
That's
Oh, yeah.
wow.
A lot of things
cars
happen.
off the road, right? But then they wouldn't be able to come here, so that might not be too smart. Very good. All right.